Well, we start off tonight's broadcast with an email question from David. David is asking about Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. He says, recently I heard this passage taught by a preacher who was saying that God removes a hedge of protection and that this verse is evidence of him doing so. Well, David, you're talking about Matthew 4, verse 1. It says, Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. That is Jesus being tempted. That's not us being tempted. That is Jesus going through a series of temptations and some turmoil that fortunately we never had to go through, including the cross and, of course, the burial and then the resurrection. We never physically experienced that. Jesus did certain things so that we would never have to do them. So the idea that God is going to remove a hedge of protection, boy, that sounds kind of scary, but you think about it, and what Jesus already did for us doesn't need to be redone. And so that's why we read in the New Testament, as we look at 1 John, for example, it says, the evil one cannot touch us. If we're born of God, the evil one cannot touch us. We are not God. We are not Jesus. We can't afford to be unprotected. And as children of God, living on this side of the cross, as beneficiaries of the resurrection, as beneficiaries of the cross, as beneficiaries of the indwelling Holy Spirit, we are never left unprotected by God. So the idea that a pastor or leader or teacher might take Matthew 4:1, where Jesus is tempted in the wilderness, and then somehow spin it, twist it, concoct it into a teaching that says we are left unprotected by God at times, I don't see it. I don't see it throughout the New Testament. Instead, I see the polar opposite, that we are protected, that we're blessed with every spiritual blessing. That would include spiritual protection. That we're told to put on the armor of God. That means spiritual protection for us. We're told that the evil one cannot touch us. That is spiritual protection as a result of our being in a new birth, having a new life in Jesus Christ. So it's bad theology, it's bad teaching, it's bad preaching to take a stray verse, Matthew 4:1, about an experience that Jesus had in the wilderness and to somehow come on the other side of that and come out on the other side saying, well, our protection is sometimes yanked away from us by God our Father. Not the case, not true. The truth will always set us free, and in this case, we are protected, we are sealed by the Holy Spirit until the day of redemption. And His protection is more than enough.